Hello, Middle 3. This is Unit 1, Lesson 2, Part 1, Graphic Representation of Moving in Straight Line. Okay, let's start. This part in our lesson will learn us how to draw a graph between any mathematical relation. Okay? So we will learn how to draw a graph in science to find a relation between the physical quantities. Okay, let's start. In the last lesson, we took V equal D over T. D divided T. Speed equal distance divided by time. Let's make it as a graph. We want to know, to simplify more, we want to know what is the relation between V and D. What is the relation between D and T? It's a direct relation or inverse relation. We want to know more. Okay? So in our lesson, we will draw a graph for regular speed. Draw a graph to show the relation between distance and time. Here we have in our example the distance 0.4 and time 5, 0.6, 7.5, 0.8 and 10, 1 and 12.5. Let's draw the relation between distance and time. Let's start with distance time graph at regular speed. To draw the graph, you must put the distance on the y-axis and the time on the x-axis, okay? And you will write the numbers and you will make this line. To name the graph, you must start by the term that is on the y-axis. So I will start with distance, then time graph. So the name of the graph will be distance time graph at regular speed. Why we said regular speed? Because if we go to the other side, we will find the speed as a constant value 0.08, 0.08 and 0.08. So it's a regular speed because they are equal. Okay, so this is a distance time graph at regular speed. So here we have distance time graph at regular speed. It represented by, we have a question here, complete. Distance time graph represented by, if we see represented by, you must describe the line. This line is a straight line passing by the origin point, 0 and 0 point. Okay, give reason. Why we draw this graph like this? Because there is a direct relation between distance and time at constant speed. There is a relation between distance. When the distance increase, the time increase. When the distance decrease, the time decrease. So there will be a direct relation between distance and time. So this is the graph of distance time graph at regular speed. Okay, here we have another graph for regular speed. We have speed time graph at regular speed. Here you will put the speed on the y-axis and time on the x-axis. Okay, so the value of the speed is constant because we are in regular speed. So in all the cases, the speed will be constant, will be equal. So what is the value of the speed? 0.08. So and time will remain, will pass, the time will pass. Okay, so the speed is a constant value and the time will pass. So here we have this a straight line. Okay, let's name the graph. As we said before, I will start from the y-axis, then the x-axis. So it will be speed time graph at regular speed. You must write regular speed. Okay, so here we have distance time graph at regular speed and speed time graph at regular speed. Concentrate. So we have here speed time graph at regular speed. As we said, complete. It represented by, we will describe the line. This line is a straight line, but it is parallel to a time axis. Okay, give reason. Speed time graph represented by, straight line parallel to time axis, because as we said, the speed remain constant as the time passes. In our examples, the speed will be 0.08 and the time 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 and so on, but the speed is remain constant. So here we have the answer why we have it parallel. Because the speed remains constant, doesn't change. Okay, it's regular, doesn't change as the time passes. And here we have another graph. It's a distance time graph, the object at rest. Okay, so if the man walk and walk and walk and then it stop at distance 5 meter, the distance will be 5, but the time passes. Okay, the time doesn't stop. So here we have the distance time graph at rest. It will be straight line parallel to time axis, but focus with me middle 3. The last graph, it was speed time graph at regular speeds. Here we have distance time graph at rest. Okay, notice the change on y axis. The last one was v and this one is d. Okay, so if we have this type of graph, it will be distance time graph, the object at rest. But the other one was speed time graph at regular speed. Concentrate. When you solve, you must look at the axis. You must look at especially on y-axis. Okay, focus well. The last graph in our part is distance time graph at regular speed. It represented by curved line passing by the origin point. Why we draw it curved? Because it's a irregular speed. Okay, it's not constant, it's not fixed, it's not regular, so it has different values. Okay, the distance and time, they are different, unequal, as we said before, they are different. So we will have curved line like this. If we see curved line, it will be a regular speed. Okay, again, focus on the axis, focus on the y axis.